mechanism. There's nothing in their society that they don't know how to fix it. They end up making the situation and falling into a different problem. Okay? So you have a perpetual kind of situation which is very bad and is now becoming very bad because you haven't resolved the original issue, and now you're adding to that other crimes and other vices and other problems to the issue. So it's very important for us as Muslims, as individuals, parts of whatever community, whatever part of the community we are involved in, is to adhere to the guidance that Allah Jalla wa Ala gave to us and try to resolve and fix problems in the way which is for the benefit of everybody, and not to take things into your own, on your own control and how you think things are should be resolved. Quite clearly against the Quran and Sunnah. So we should really adhere to what the Prophet ﷺ gave to us, moreover what Allah Jalla wa Ala gave to us in the Quran, in resolving problems in society and not making the situation worse. Okay? You may not have the knowledge in how to fix these things, how to resolve these issues, therefore you go back to the ulama. Go to the people of knowledge. They will give you the guidance on how to fix these issues based upon the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah. We ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to guide us to that what is best, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove these diseases and vices which are unfortunately prevalent in societies around the world, and we ask Allah Jalla wa Ala to allow us to be guided to that what is pleasing to Him. Ameen.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much for your reminder. I'd like to, Shaykh, ask you now about, as we are in the 7th day of Shawwal now, a short reminder of Shawwal and what we should be doing now after our next caller, inshallah. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I'm calling from London.
Alaikum salam, sister. And your question?
If somebody has problems maintaining their wudu, would it be recommended for them to perhaps miss out their sunnah prayers prior to the obligatory if they found that they can't maintain their wudu for that period of time?
Okay. Do you have any other questions, sister?
That was everything.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much, Shaykh.
Okay. So there are certain situations where individuals, due to medical, underlying medical issues, they're unable to keep their wudu. Okay, they might have flatulence, which is, they're constantly breaking wudu. Or they may have, breaking wind. Or, for example, they have a particular discharge. They can't control their bowel, for example, or they keep urinating, or something like this, okay? Now, they're exempt in that they're a special case. So what they can do, they're not in a situation where they have to miss out on sunnah prayer. This would be, and it's not their fault, they have a medical issue here. So therefore, they shouldn't be put at any disadvantage in offering the sunnah prayers. So therefore, it is perfectly permissible for them, inshallah ta'ala, to, when they perform wudu for salat al-dhuhr, that just as they're about to pray, that they make their wudu, and then they offer their sunnah prayers, and then their fard, and their sunnah prayer after salat al-dhuhr. With that same wudu, regardless of what happens. Okay? So if they are incontinent, they can't control their bladder, or they can't control gas, for example, because they're an exception to the rule, they make the wudu for the salah, and they pray their sunnah prayers, they pray their fard, and there's a sunnah prayer after that, and they can offer it in this manner. So there's no need for you to miss out on sunnah prayers, okay? So this is a solution for you, and the Sharia takes into account people who are in situations like this. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. And our question about the month of Shawwal and the virtues of it.
Yeah. So in the sound hadith, the Prophet ﷺ told us, in hadith Sahih Muslim, that man sama Ramadan thumma atba'ahu sitta min Shawwal فكأنما صام الدهر. That whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and then follows it up with 6 days of Shawwal, it is as though that they have fasted the whole year. So this is a clear encouragement for us that once Ramadan has finished, to continue the good that you did in the month of Ramadan. And so therefore, fasting 6 days, whether they're done all in one go, 6, one after the other, or that they're done in any order, like you want to do them like 2 days, then have a break, another 2 days, and then the other 2 days, or 3 in a go, or one day on, one day off, as you like. As long as those 6 days are completed in the month of Shawwal, then you'll have the reward of fasting the whole year. So this is a great incentive for us as Muslims, that if a person wants to be rewarded for fasting every day of the year, then they can fast 1 month in Ramadan and then another 6 days in Shawwal. And Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. We're going to go to our next caller now. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from? Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's Ask Eman show live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Muhammad Hamid. I am from India.
MashaAllah, all the way from India. Welcome to the show, brother. How are you?
I'm watching, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm watching our question answer sections since Ramadan.
MashaAllah.
It's a very nice, it's a nice, very nice session. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for you watching, brother.
Yes, brother. My question regarding my job.
Yes, you can go ahead.
I'm working in my country only, India. I'm working in an outsourcing company, which is outsourcing, which is delivered the outsourcing to Australian clients. In that company, I'm working as an accountant. What I'm doing accounts finalizations for Australian clients, preparing financial statements,
Okay.
and preparing tax returns. In that time, some of clients taking some riba-based transactions, some bank loan, vehicle loans. Sometimes some restaurants business will come. That time they're using some alcohol for their purchases. In that time, most of case I'm checking only. Some of few cases only I'm recording the transactions. Some of few, very few cases only. I'm just confused about this is permissible in our religions or not.
Okay. Thank you so much, my brother. What's your name? I didn't catch your name. Muhammad. Was it Muhammad?
Muhammad Hamid.
MashaAllah, Muhammad Hamid. May Allah bless you. Thank you so much for your call, my brother. You can stay on the line to listen to the answer from our Shaykh, or you can watch along on the device or TV you're watching on, inshallah. May Allah bless you, my brother. Thank you so much for watching along all the way from India, MashaAllah, Shaykh. India, Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Yesterday we had Uzbekistan.
Yes.
I remember with some brothers and sisters do call from around the world.
Yes.
It's really encouraging to see,
Alhamdulillah.
mashallah.
Yes. So the brother has a job, as I understood, as an accountant, which to start off is a permissible job, being an accountant. Now, being an accountant doesn't mean that you are facilitating or that you are justifying the jobs of other people. They're responsible for whatever work they do. So a company may come to you and say, I need you to do my accounts. Okay. Now, because you do their accounts, their work has already been done. You're just working out the taxes that need to be paid and putting their paperwork or whatever, administration affairs in order. So there's not a problem in that. And even though you have mentioned every now and again you record, i.e. some of the transactions that company may have done, which Islamically is not correct for us as Muslims, that they may have purchased or sold some alcohol. This is not something that you are accountable for. You are just documenting what they have done and fulfilling a responsibility that the country or the government requires from all the companies. So therefore, I don't see a problem in the job that you are doing. This is something very similar that you find here, pretty much around the world, i.e. the job of an accountant in doing the accounts of different companies. So from that perspective, there's not a problem, inshallah ta'ala, in you doing that job. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family. Ameen.
All right. Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much for your answer. I wanted to ask you, Shaykh, about the virtues of Shawwal. You mentioned the fasting. Are there any other things that we can do in the month of Shawwal, or is it very limited to fasting? Not to say that's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Shawwal is, of course, most well known for the fasting of 6 days after Ramadan. And like other than that, it's like all other months, in that because I'm of the understanding I can only fast 6 days in Shawwal, can't do anything else. If you want to make those 6 days of Shawwal on a Monday and a Thursday to seek extra reward, you can do that. If you want to make it on the 3 white days of every month, either 13, 14 and 15th of the Islamic month, when the moon is at its fullest, to get extra reward, you can do that as well. And Allah knows best.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much for your answer. Our next question, Shaykh, is how does a young woman deal with living in a household which is difficult, where she's not really allowed to socialize very much outside, and she feels a bit suffocated in terms of how limited she is in being able to just have friends, be able to go about her studies with a bit of flexibility, and the sister's asking for some advice around that.
Yeah. So if anyone who's going through a trying time, where maybe that situation has been added to the fact that there's been the lockdown where everybody is at home and you can't go out so much. I'm not sure if it's specific to this situation at the moment, or this is normal life outside lockdown anyway. What I would say is that, I don't know if did she say that she was married? Did she say she was married?
No, it's not clear, Shaykh.
Well, yeah, it's difficult maybe to advise. It's very general, very broad question. I don't want to say something which is not applicable to you at all. But if it's possible that maybe you can refine the question as to what the situation is in a little more detail, maybe we can advise more, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Shaykh, for your answer. We're going to move on now to our next caller of the show. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is
Salam.
Muhammad. I'm calling from Ethiopia.
MashaAllah, Ethiopia. Allahu Akbar. What's the time right now over there?
It's 10:24 p.m.
Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah, brother. And how are you today? How was your Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah, it was really good. We continued fasting the month of Shawwal. Alhamdulillah, tomorrow is the 7th day.
Alhamdulillah, brother. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in all the way from Ethiopia. What's your question for us today, my brother?
My question was about purification. While in Salah, and you feel some kind of wet in your underwear, and it's not a sperm or it's not a urine, but it's kind of you know what I'm saying, like liquid.
Yes.
Do I have to perform the Salah again, or even without praying, if I feel that kind of thing, do I have to wash that part and pray? Or what if in the situation I am, I can't wash there's no bathroom and stuff?
Yes. Okay. Do you have any other questions, my brother?
No, that's just it.
Okay, you can stay on the line to listen to your answer, inshallah, or you can watch along on the device you're watching from, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if a person feels that while that they have offered their prayer, let's say they finished the prayer, and then afterwards, because they felt there was a discharge through the private part at the front, they realized that there was a discharge. They don't have any underlying medical issues. There's done an exception to the rule. Then number one, yes, that would have nullified the wudu during the prayer, and you would be required to make your wudu again and to repeat the prayer. The ulama have specifically defined the different types of discharge that may come out, whether that is mani, which is semen, or madhi, which is kind of pre-sexual kind of discharge, or there is wadi as well, which is sometimes after urinating, azakumullah, that there is a discharge as well. So the ulama have clearly defined as to what these discharges are, and there are rulings for each one of those. But as I mentioned to you, if there's no underlying medical issue, that is something that did occur, it would nullify your wudu. You would be required to make your wudu again and offer the salah again. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is best.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you for your answer. Thank you, Brother Muhammad, for calling all the way from Ethiopia. We're going to move on now to our next caller. Assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you today, brother?
Alhamdulillah, good. Thank you, brother.
Alhamdulillah. And your name?
My name is Hussein and I'm from London.
MashaAllah, from home, London. Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah.
And your question, my brother?
Yeah, my brother. You know, my job is I work in a hospital, right?
Yeah.
And the ward, there is all the elderly patients. Right. So part of my job, we have to serve the food to the patients when it's lunchtime or supper time. And sometimes, you know, sometimes we need to serve the pork, like a ham sandwich, pork dishes, sometimes. So, and do you think, what is the ruling of this? Is it going to be halal earning for me or haram?
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other questions, my brother?
No, that's all, brother. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Yeah, so the brother made clear what his job is in the hospital, that he, at lunchtime and breakfast time, I assume as well, and maybe even evening time, depending on your shift, that you will serve the food to the patients in the hospital. Obviously, serving food is a perfectly permissible job in principle. However, there may be certain dishes which, as Muslims, we don't eat that food. If this is not the norm, i.e. maybe the majority of food that is served maybe is vegetarian food, or which be maybe food, because of course halal food is served and kosher food is served in hospitals, is tailored to the needs of the people. So because this may represent a small percentage of what you are doing, then in principle you can still do that job. You're not responsible as though you made that choice for them. They made the choice for the food that they want, and you're just presenting it to them, and then they are eating it. So this represents a small amount of, in terms of percentage of how much work you are doing with regards to this. So you can continue in the job, inshallah ta'ala, no problem.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much, brother, who gave us a call just now for your question. We're going to move on to our next caller of the show now. So, assalamu alaikum. Okay, our next caller is not ready yet, Shaykh, so we'll come back in just a moment. For everyone else watching at home, parents, kids, and brothers and sisters, everyone who's with us right now, if you want to ask any questions, you're able to reach us on 0203 515 0769. Our usual number will be coming and going at the bottom left side of your screen throughout the show up until 9 p.m. tonight, which is the time we'll still be here live until, inshallah. So we're ready now for our next caller. So assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
How are you?
How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm calling from Canada.
Oh wow, mashallah, all the way from Canada. Alhamdulillah. What's the weather like right now? It's really hot here in the UK.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Right now the weather is doing a lot better compared to usually. Like right now it's like around 25 degrees right now, alhamdulillah.
Oh, mashallah, mashallah. And your name, brother?
Yeah, my name is Muhammad.
Brother Muhammad. Welcome to the show, my brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your question?
Yeah, so basically my question is kind of dealing with parents' income. So currently the main maker of income in my household, my father,
yeah,
he's currently using riba and credit cards kind of to
okay,
I don't know how to explain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you mind if I hold you on the line just for a few minutes, because we have to go to our next break and then we'll come back and finish your question. Is that okay? All right then, so we'll come back to our brother Muhammad after the break. For now, brothers and sisters, stay tuned. We're going to take our short break and we'll be back shortly, inshallah. For now, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everyone watching at home. Welcome back to tonight's live Ask Eman show, where we're going to be here with you, brothers and sisters and kids, if any of you are watching, for the next half an hour live up until 9 p.m. So if you have any questions, give us a call on 0203 515 0769. The number should be coming and going at the bottom left side of your screen. There, yep, right there. That's the WhatsApp number right now. And if you're watching along on Facebook or YouTube, you're able to leave your questions at the comment section, inshallah. Welcome back after the break, Shaykh. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
And we're going to go back to our brother Muhammad, all the way from Canada, mashallah. So, assalamu alaikum, brother Muhammad. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for waiting along during the break. If you don't mind repeating your question one more time, and then we can address it to our Shaykh, inshallah.
Yeah, so basically my question was, so the main maker of the income in my household is basically he's buying things with riba, and he's using interest, and he's using credit cards. And just, like, there's one more thing, like, I'm not sure if his income may be fully halal, just because my father works in a grocery store, right? And like, he works kind of like a specialist in a grocery store working with people, but I don't know if he works with like some products that like have to do with alcohol or like pork products or anything like that. So I was just wondering, like, is there anything I have to do in this situation at the moment? Like, I'm just in a little bit of confusion right now, you know what I mean?
Yes, brother Muhammad. Very, very clear. Thank you so much for your question. Now, for your answer, you can either stay on the line or you can watch along on the device that you're watching from, inshallah, my brother. Thank you so much for your call.
Thank you.
Okay, so the question is that someone in the home who's a provider in the home, maybe some of their income maybe is not halal, or maybe some of the transactions that they're doing and how they're getting money may not be necessarily halal. They're certainly not stealing. They're not taking money in an illegal way. It's a legal way in terms of the laws that you have. This doesn't pass on to you. Okay, this is not something that you are accountable for if it's your father and you're the son. That accountability is on your father. If a person takes out a loan which has riba in it, he's accountable for that. And maybe, you know, in another conversation you can advise them, or, you know, if you're old enough and you can help them financially, you try to help in the home as well. But it is not as though, oh, I can't eat anything that you purchase, I can't drink or use anything you may buy for me in the home, because the ruling is يختلف الحكم باختلاف اليد. I mean, the ruling changes when it passes on to somebody else. So you're not responsible for that, okay? So any food that is bought in the home, you staying at home, there's not a problem, inshallah ta'ala. And Allah knows best.
Thank you, Shaykh, for your answer. Thank you to our brother Muhammad who called in from Canada. We're going to move on to our next caller now. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm Ismail from India.
MashaAllah, brother Ismail. How are you today?
I'm fine, and I have a question.
Okay, you can go ahead with your question. You can go ahead.
Two questions. Okay. The first question is, whenever you sleep, when you wake up, you see this wetness in your underpants, and because of wet dreams and stuff like that, are we allowed to pray on that same clothes without washing it after making ghusl?
Okay. Before you move on to your second question, my brother, are you on loudspeaker right now?
No, I'm not on loudspeaker.
Okay, that's fine. We're just getting some echo, but it's fine. You can continue with your question. Thank you so much, my brother.
Okay.
So your second question?
The second question is, we are saying like Eid prayers, they are distancing themselves while praying. Isn't it a bid'ah innovation?
This is distancing because of the virus, right?
Yes. Isn't it innovation?
All right.
That we shouldn't do?
Understood. So my brother, you can stay on the line to listen to your answer from our Shaykh, or you can watch along on your device that you were watching on for the answer, okay? Thank you so much.
Okay. So with regards to the first question, if somebody wakes up and there's a discharge because of a wet dream, number one, they're required to perform ghusl. And after that, because it is on their clothes, the discharge, you should wash the clothes. You should wash the clothes. Even if you are unable to put the whole thing into a washing machine or into a bowl and to wash the whole garment, it would be sufficient for you to maybe to isolate the area on the piece of on your clothes and to put just to wash that area, okay, in underwater, whatever the case may be. That would be sufficient, okay. So that's the first question. The second question, with regards to the distancing between people in the prayer. Now, the Prophet ﷺ clearly gave guidance that when forming lines, that there should be no gaps. However, due to the situation that we are in at the moment, which is almost unprecedented in the manner that we have it like this in our lifetimes anyway, that the ulama, many great scholars have given fatwa that when people are going to form lines, if there's a slightly larger gap, then this is something permissible. It is most certainly not a bid'ah. It is not an innovation into the religion. So allowing some gaps in the rows to establish the Salatul Jama'ah is something which, inshallah ta'ala, is permissible. If you yourself are following a different opinion and you don't agree with that, then that's okay. You don't have to agree with it. You follow the opinion of your teacher or your Shaykh. But there are many other ulama who have allowed this, and so there's therefore not a problem, inshallah ta'ala. Allah Jalla wa knows best.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh, for your answer. Thank you so much for our brother or sister who sent that question through on WhatsApp. We're going to go to our next caller of the show now. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I am Muhammad Siraj, calling from Nigeria.
MashaAllah, all the way from Nigeria. How was your Ramadan this year?
Alhamdulillah, it was fine.
Alhamdulillah. And what's the time in Nigeria right now?
It's 8:39 p.m. Inshallah.
Oh, mashallah. Okay, so not... Oh, same time as us, Nigeria. Oh, that's interesting. Mashallah, brother. Thank you so much for calling us. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you. What's your question?
Alhamdulillah. My question is a bit short. I just wanted to know if it's permissible to deal in cryptocurrencies.
Okay. Now, our Shaykh doesn't like short questions, brother. You have to make it a bit longer.
That's okay.
No, just a joke. So, Shaykh, the cryptocurrency, are we allowed to deal in it?
Yeah. So, you're not always guaranteed if it's a short question, you get a short answer. Sometimes a short question is a long answer. Sometimes a long question and you get a short answer, yes or no. Anyhow, with regards to cryptocurrencies, because of there are many issues with cryptocurrencies, and it has no formal backing or basis upon something that has an intrinsic value. Therefore, many of the scholars have given fatwa that you should not be dealing in cryptocurrency, because in itself has no intrinsic value. It's not based upon anything which has no intrinsic value, and therefore Islamically this has issues, especially when you're buying and selling. So therefore it should be avoided. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much to our brother who gave us a call all the way from Nigeria, mashallah. Thank you, brother Muhammad. Does that answer your question? Okay, I've been told brother Muhammad's gone, but thank you so much for calling in. Our next question is going to be from WhatsApp, Shaykh, and the question is, I wanted to ask if rental income earned through care home investments in the UK is halal.
Yeah, so it's a good question. And the reason it's a good question, because a lot of people say it's a good question, but why is it a good question? It's a good question because you want to know with regards to investments. And you want to know, because there are certain investments which are halal, there are certain investments which are haram. So you want to know that where I'm going to place my money is allowed for me to benefit from that. So care homes is something in principle is halal. Looking after people who have maybe of an older age or who have medical issues. So there's absolutely no problem, inshallah ta'ala, in principle, in you investing in some form of care home and the profit you get from that. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Our next question is, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zakaria from London. I'd like to know the difference between Salatul Tahajjud and Salatul Layl. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Salatul Tahajjud, Salatul Layl are essentially the same thing. It's the night prayer. It's a really short answer. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reminded me of earlier when you said Ahmed to Zakaria.
You're gonna use
that
it.
was really good, Shaykh. I have to admit, that was really good.
Okay.
If I was a bit sleepy today, I wouldn't have caught that.
Just in case any of the viewers are like, what does that mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's interpreted from A to Z. Right?
A to Z, yeah. I caught that. I was like, mashallah, We're going to go to our next caller of the show now. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My question is two questions. First question, if somebody take items from the workplace without their permission, and those items she used some of and she doesn't have some of in her house, and she got some their own. So, and she's scared to go there, tell them this is what I take, or this is what happened. And can she compare that price and then give it to poor people because she's scared of to go there and tell them this is what and I don't have. And it's been a long time and she's not working that company again.
Yeah.
Can she estimate the price and give it to and make an intention to item she took and give it to poor people?
Okay. Understood, sister. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, the second question is, my mother's sister, her son, is he my mahram or not?
Mother, sister, son. Okay.
My mother's sister.
Is he your mahram? So that's your cousin, right?
That's right.
Yeah. My mom's sister, same mom and dad. Yes, sister, son.
Okay then. So, Sheikh.
Yeah. So your mother's sister, who's your aunt, if your aunt has any children, they're cousins to you. So therefore, they're not mahram. They're not mahram to you. The first question, if you have taken some belongings from a workplace, you're no longer working there, it's not allowed for you to then give those goods to poor people. That haqq or that right has to be returned to its owner. By whatever means. If you want to return the items themselves, or you want to give the value of the items to the company, you can pay them anonymously, whatever the case may be, if you fear ramifications to that. But the haqq or the right needs to be returned to them, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? Now, to be fair, because, this is amongst brothers, we say from Ahmed to Zakaria.
Oh, yes.
Amongst sisters, we can say from Amina to Zainab.
Yes, Sheikh.
Just so we're fair.
I appreciate that you did that.
Just wanted to make sure, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Having said that as well, Sheikh, our brother Abu Bakr, mashallah, in the studio, he tried to challenge me whilst the sister was asking the question, and he said nephew instead of cousin.
Right.
Just want to highlight that. We have to be sharp, we have to be on the ball, because sometimes, the brothers at the back throw some challenges at us, but we overcome them with patience and perseverance, mashallah. All right then, so do we have another caller on the line? Okay, no callers, but we would
He's
like
putting you on the top spot. There might be callers now, but he wants
he might start,
just put it on you now.
So I'd like to, we invite our brothers and sisters watching at home, if you have any questions, give us a call on 003 515 0769, or you can send your WhatsApp questions to our number 074 2239 8833. Our next question is from WhatsApp, Sheikh, and the question is, which one is first bath between janaba and normal bath when someone wants to perform at the same time?
So a person, the word bath is used. In Arabic you say ghusl. Okay? For English purpose you say bath. A bath is taken for different reasons. There may be a bath, which is, and if you want to say bath or shower, okay, that might be just for, just to freshen up. Not because you want to make wudu and perform any ibadah. You just want to freshen up, clean yourself. And that's your intention behind that. However, if you want to make ghusl, in the ghusl you perform the actions of wudu, that's going to be your intention. And then after that you can make salah, for example. So it goes back to your intention. The Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, that actions are by their intentions. So whatever kind of shower, bath you are taking, it goes back to your original intention and why you are doing that. Allahu Akbar.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Our next question is, Assalamu alaikum. If I'm fasting 6 days of Shawwal, can that count as fasts missed during Ramadan, or do they have to be paid back separately?
Yeah. So if a person is fasting days of Shawwal, they are done and intended separately from the days that are owed from Ramadan. So it's not as though a person can, kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to fast the days of Shawwal, and at the same time I'm going to make up some days that I missed from Ramadan. But they're done separately. They're done independently. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, ثُمَّ أَتْبَعُهُ, and then follows it up with, i.e. whoever fasts Ramadan and then follows it up with Shawwal, clearly stating that they are two different days that to be fasted. Okay? So you need to fast them separately. Wallahu a'lam.
Thank you so much, Sheikh. Our next question is from WhatsApp, and the question is from our brother Luqman from Germany. MashaAllah. Welcome to the show, brother Luqman. Thank you for tuning in. And his question is, I want to know if it's fard to follow a madhab.
Fard? So if you say something is fard, i.e. that if you don't do it, you're sinful. Okay, these ahkam shari'iyya or ahkam taklifiyya, it's very important that we use them in the correct place. That if you don't follow madhab, that you're athim, that you're sinful. No, you're not sinful if you don't, but it's highly recommended for you to follow a madhab so that you don't fall into problems. And some of those problems that you may fall into later, then maybe you may be blameworthy. So what I would say is that it's highly recommended for you to follow a school of thought with regards to fiqh. Find a teacher so that you can have somebody to refer to in matters that are not clear for you. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. We're going to go to our next caller of the show now. So, Assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Welcome
Welcome to the show. And your question?
My question is regarding Shawwal.
It's about Salat, you said?
Shawwal.
Yes, so on Monday, I've missed 6 days from Ramadan. So on Monday, I started fasting the 6 days of Shawwal. So on Monday, I fasted with the intention of Shawwal. But then I heard that it's better to fast obligatory first and then do the Shawwal. So from Tuesday till today, I've been fasting and I missed one. So I've only got one left. So I'm not sure whether the fast I did on Monday, which was with the intention of Shawwal, whether that is regarded as Shawwal or my missed fast.
All right, sister, thank you so much for your question. Do you have another question?
No.
Jazakallah khair. You can stay on the line to listen to your answer from our Shaykh, or you can watch along on your TV or device that you're watching from, inshallah.
Okay, so the question is clear, that you fasted a day of Shawwal before you started up the 6 days that you owe for Ramadan. Then somebody said that you should finish the days, the obligatory days first, and then follow it up with Shawwal. Based on this, the Jumhur of the ulama would be of the view that the day that you fasted for Shawwal is valid, inshallah ta'ala, and it counts as Shawwal. It is preferable now for you to finish the days that are owed for Ramadan, the obligatory fasts. And then, once you have done that, you will then have 5 days of Shawwal to complete because you've already done one, inshallah ta'ala, okay? So inshallah ta'ala is valid. Allah is best.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. Thank you so much for your answer. We're going to go to our next caller of the show now. So, Assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Salim. I'm calling from the UK.
Welcome to the show. And your question?
My question is about, actually I have about 3 questions.
That's fine. You can go ahead.
Okay, the first question is about changing my baby and then toddlers. I have 4 years and a 3 year. When changing them, when your hand touches the, let's say if you have a wudu, and your hand touches the toilet or a pee, does it invalidate the wudu?
Okay, and your next question, sister?
Yeah, and also about fasting the shawwal. I have my babies back to back, so I'm going about 3 Ramadan. But this time around, I'm breastfeeding yet, but I fasted. But I'm owing, so I don't know whether I can fast this shawwal.
Okay.
How many are owed? If I may ask, how many are owed from this previous Ramadan now? How many are owed for this Ramadan?
About 3 years.
No, just this Ramadan that went past. Only this, not the previous years. Only this year's Ramadan. How many?
No, this one I didn't owe because I'm breastfeeding, so I didn't.
You didn't miss any?
No.
Okay. Okay, it's clear, inshallah. Next question, inshallah.
Your next question, sister?
And during spotting too. Let's say if you have spotting. At least when cleaning, when you make an ablution, you can use the same ablution to pray another prayer if you haven't had any spotting.
Okay, you got that.
You haven't seen any spotting. But I wanted to know if you want to check before you do you use that ablution for the next prayer. Do you have to wipe to know that you haven't had any spotting there, or you have to just look, and if you don't see anything, you use it to pray the next prayer?
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your question, sister. If you'd like to stay on the line, you can to listen to your answers, or you can watch along on your TV or device that you've been watching from. Okay? Thank you so much, sister. Do we have another caller on the line? All right. So yes, we're going to go to the questions, and then I believe we'll come back to the callers, to our next caller, inshallah. Our first question from the sister, Shaykh, is about changing babies in public, and then if that invalidates your wudu if you touch pee or the toilet.
Yeah. So, if when changing your children that your skin touches their private part, it's safer. You should make wudu. Okay? You should make wudu. If your skin, when you're cleaning them, touches their private part, you should make wudu. However, touching the impurity, like urine or feces, that doesn't nullify your wudu. If you didn't touch their private part when cleaning, maybe you had some gloves or you had some tissues as a barrier, the impurity would not nullify your wudu. There's no need for you to renew your wudu, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, that's the first question. The second question, with regards to the days, you have some days that are remaining from a couple of years ago in Ramadan. However, this year, that you fasted Ramadan complete, you finished it, alhamdulillah. Now, because these are from previous years, and it goes back to the understanding of the hadith that whoever fasts Ramadan and then follows up with Shawwal from this year, it would be permissible for you to fast those days of Shawwal for this year, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? So you can fast the 6 days of Shawwal. If you've done some of them already, alhamdulillah, they're fine. And you can finish those days of Shawwal for this year. However, you have those days that are remaining for Ramadan from previous years, and you should endeavor to maybe fast those whenever you can. If you want to make those days up in the winter time when the days are a little more shorter, especially here in the UK, then you can do that. But these are from a different year. So you finished Ramadan and you want to follow up with the 6 days of Shawwal, you can do that, inshallah ta'ala. But those are the days that are remaining from previous years. You can do that at your convenience, inshallah ta'ala.
Thank you, Shaykh. We're going to move on now to our next...
yes,
yeah, you're right, Shaykh.
Allow you to kind of
I'm very,
participate.
Thank you, Shaykh. I was excited to get to the next caller. Okay, the next question is about the topic of spotting, how to be able to know about your wudu to do that.
So the first point is that the Prophet ﷺ, on the conquest of Mecca, there's a very famous hadith, that the Prophet ﷺ made one wudu and offered all the salah with one wudu. So you can pray more than one salah with one wudu, okay? That's the first issue. Is it a requirement? Is it a must for a sister to keep checking? No. If there's no need for you to keep checking for for spotting and this and that and the other, then don't do it. Otherwise, waswas may come in that, every 5 minutes, every 10, 15 minutes, every half an hour you're checking, is there spotting, is there a discharge and whatnot. If there's no need for you to check, then don't check. Okay, and if you have wudu, you can assume that you still have wudu, and the next time for the prayer comes in, you offer your salah, and may Allah Azza wa Jalla accept.
Thank you, Shaykh. We're going to go to our next caller now. So, assalamu alaikum to our brother or sister on the line. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from? All right, I've been told that we've dropped, that caller has dropped. So we ask you, brother or sister, give us a call back if you have any questions, inshallah. The same for everyone else watching at home as well. The number to call us on is 0203 515 0769. To send us your written questions on WhatsApp, you're able to send those questions to 07422398833. Using the same number, you're able to call us from outside of the UK as well, internationally. If you're watching along, inshallah, as our brothers did earlier on the show from Canada, from India, mashallah. Okay, so
Nigeria, Ethiopia.
Nigeria, Ethiopia, yes, subhanAllah. We have been around the world. So I think we're coming to the end of the show now, Shaykh. Okay. I'd like to thank you for being with us today, Shaykh.
Thank you so much. Barakallah.
I'd like to thank everyone watching at home. It brings us to the end of our show now. We'll be back next time at the same time. For now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.